This is a large 3-topping pizza from Domino's. You can carry one out for $7.99 every day. This is a 3-topping handmade pan pizza from Domino's, and now you can also carry one out for $7.99 every day. This is a logo from Domino's, and this is the end of the commercial from Domino's.
That's all.
Just over 2 months away from the opening of the World Cup in France. 4 days after France plays South Korea in the opening match, the U.S. will open up the defense of their title from 4 years ago against Thailand. As our halftime report here from Denver is sponsored by AT&T. So a good game. Nothing less than we would expect between two members of FIFA's top 10 of the rankings. One apiece between the U.S. and Australia. Let's take a look at the first half highlights they actually seen so far. We talked coming in about Alex Morgan sitting on 99 international goals. Might have come here as Lindsey Horan, the Denver native, set it up and it was blocked. But a few minutes later, Leslie, we would see Morgan reach that significant milestone.
Yeah, and we talked about Alex Morgan having the advantage over Polkinghorne and her speed. But here, it's just individual brilliance. Look at her. She beats Kennedy, Polkinghorne. This is an amazing goal, an amazing milestone for Alex. What she's done in her career, the type of goals she scored for this team, how she's evolved as a player. This is what you want from your veteran, from your captain heading into France. She is so confident and on fire, and this is such a fitting game for her to get her 100.
And yet, Alexi, the lead for the U.S. would last only about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we talked about the defense in the pre-game, and here you see her. They're up against a world-class striker, and Savannah just puts it away. Sonnet overcommits. She covers in, and she doesn't even put pressure, and allows Savannah to have too much space and time, and she just finishes it.
Way too much space and time with that big left foot there. Interesting course selected there by Sonnet on the defense. But you know what? The U.S. came back. They had their opportunities, all sorts of time and space. Tobin Heath right on the doorstep here. Cleared off the line there by Carpenter. Could have been, should have been, would have been. Wasn't.
So Alex Morgan, one of 7 Americans now with 100 international goals, drawing level with the great Tiffany Milbert now, all in chase of record international goal scorer Abby Wambach. We talked coming in again this idea of how good Australia is, and Christy, how much of this is Australia being good attacking wise? How much of this is some of the concerns you had coming in about the U.S. defense?
It's about the back four working and committing together. Individually, they're great defenders, but collectively, they're struggling. Their spacing, their timing, their footwork. We need to be better. They need to have better chemistry and connected, but you are going up against 3 world-class strikers, and it's going to be tough, but this is the challenge. You're in a World Cup. In a World Cup year, they got to perform on the big stage.
And we talked about this being a game in transition, how fast and strong and powerful and attacking personalities, but Sam Kerr is a player that can pop off that line. Here she has that little window of space and how quickly she can turn and whip this ball in, and Alyssa Nair coming up big on that one.
I don't think that this is a good Australia team in the way that they are playing tonight. They are giving all sorts of time and space for the U.S. to just hit the long balls. But the U.S., you've been given a gift. You're not taking it. You have all these opportunities. The space for Tobin Heath, for Alex Morgan, for Megan Rapinoe up top, and the time that the back four has to hit those long balls into space, that's fine. Of course, if you get Devana over there on that left-hand side, that type of opportunity to shoot, she's going to put it in the upper 90 right there. But this should be a game that the U.S. wins by multiple goals.
Well, Jill Ellis said yesterday this is the type of test that was good for us. We'll see what she thinks about it when this thing is done. One apiece between the U.S. and Australia in front of a sellout crowd tonight here outside Denver.
The Pizzone from Pizza Hut. It's meaty, cheesy, melty, and you know it's big. The Pepperoni Pizzone is back and part of the $5 lineup. 2 or more, just $5 each. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I can't believe it.
That there's a lobster in our hot tub?
Oh, you guys. There's a jet. Oh, I needed this. No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on a car insurance with Geico. We could have been doing this a long time ago.
So you gonna stay to the hotel?
Yeah, we just got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm afraid of commitment. You know, I'm being boiled alive.
Oh, shit.
Believe it. Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
That guy's the worst.
This is Golden Corral's hand-cut sirloin, now topped with delicious shrimp scampi. And here's the premium butterfly shrimp and the teriyaki salmon. Get it all, plus the entire buffet for one low price. There's something for everyone at Golden Corral.
The USA was leading 1-0, Allie, until this happened.
Yeah, and we talk about the importance of the second ball in transition-type matches. Well, the U.S. doesn't pick it up. Australia doesn't. Look at how far the back line is dropping initially. That creates the space. Then Julie Ertz is isolated, and she gets taken out of the play with one pass. She hurries up the play, which you can't do. You've got to slow it down, and then Sonic gets everything wrong in her positioning there. You know what she's trying to do because she knows where that ball is going, but I don't know why she's worried about protecting the space between herself and the center back. There's no threat there.
Sam Mewis, we're hearing, is going to be coming into the game, replacing, we believe, Rose Lavelle, since they told us that Rose Lavelle would only go 45 minutes. And Mewis is a different type player, certainly, than Lavelle.
And can be incredibly useful in this type of match, I think, because we've seen the success of runs coming out of midfield. Mewis is good with those moments. I think we didn't see much of Rose Lavelle in that first half. And if there's one thing the U.S. can do better, Australia's giving them that long service, it's maybe getting that layer, the second layer underneath to make the run in behind, and not just your front three, because they've been offside time and time again. You don't have to cut it so close if you're coming from a deeper position.
That is the only change that we see for either side. Australia in their final huddle. Saw Mewis have some big moments in the She Believes Cup. If you missed it, Alex Morgan already had that 100th goal. Could she get 101 tonight or more? Just joining us, USA in the red with the blue trim, Australia in the yellow and green. It's been a good first half. Let's see what the second half brings. Caitlin Ford on it. Sending it wide right. Carpenter saved the ball off the line. Otherwise, the USA is up in this game. Kennedy. And that's going to go out of play. The US outshot Australia 9-5, 5-1 shots on goal, and 8-1 was the edge on corner kicks. The US was offside 7 times. It's kind of uncharacteristic for them in a half.
So many of their opponents fear their pacing behind, that they constantly are dropping and absorbing that space. Not Australia.
Sonic throw in. It's back into the USA's half. Dahlkemper finding Becky Sauerbrunn. 7th year for her coming up in the NWSL. Square to Dahlkemper, just outside USA's penalty area. Australia back on the ball. Carpenter. Away by Rapinoe and then Dunn. Now it's going to go out of play. Now, what might change here in the second half for these two teams?
Well, I think with Mewis, the profile of your midfield completely changes. And you can see right there, even just a darting run forward.
Let's picks it up and looks the other way, but that's blocked. Up the middle. Here's Kerr. Laid off. Ford has options. Devanna was open on the left. Ford into the box. Ford's low shot, and she scores. That's all on her own. And Australia takes the lead 2-1 over the U.S. Up the middle, she went.
As so many of the opponents of the United States have done this season, or this year, I should say. Right down the gauntlet. It's Kellen Knight who's on it. Ford just pulling away, creating a little space there. Julie Ertz tries to pick it off and play a thread to pass into Alex Morgan, but it's Kennedy who steps up, continues her run forward. Ford spins out. Mewis slips. It's unfortunate. And then she just uses Dahlkemper's body position to shield Alyssa Nair, so Nair doesn't have line of sight to it and bends it around her, tucks it into that far post. It's a great finish by Ford. And that's why Nair goes to ground so late. I think it's the body positioning of Dahlkemper doesn't allow her to see it.
Caitlin Ford's 16th international goal, and it comes early in the second half. Right out of the gates, Australia is on top. Free kick for Megan Rapinoe. As the U.S. tries to get themselves level into the box, that's cleared out. Heath went for it, knocked it away. Wide for Rapinoe. And Rapinoe's going to get called for that foul. And a yellow card on Megan Rapinoe.
It looked like the hand went to the face of Yallop, and they're not going to allow Australia to play quickly there after the card. A little bit of frustration. She didn't get in her face, though. It was high in the neck.
This is tough for the U.S. You come out of the locker room, you just had the pep talk, and you concede just a couple of minutes into the half.
And one of the things we talk about with this U.S. side is game management. Well, this is a big 5 moment, the first 5 minutes in a second half, and they've been susceptible in these times. A lot of times that comes down to focus.
Poking horn. Van Egmond. Clipped ahead. It was intended for Kerr. And the ball is going to be cleared out. Belongs to Australia. The U.S. conceded some goals in the She Believes Cup, but they thought that they were presence maybe to the opponents, that they were giving the ball away needlessly. These are 2 terrific goals tonight that Australia has scored. Here's Dunn on it.
But you could argue some poor defensive moments for the United States.
No, you could do that for sure.
They've been soft in their pressure when they've been backed into positions, interestingly enough. They're looking to squeeze the game and keep things tight. But then when they're confronted 1v1, they're backing off.
Ball is back inside the circle. I think of some concern, though. The U.S. has now conceded 2 goals each in 3 of the last 4 games. Multiple goals in 4 of 6. Ball played across, pushed away by Kennedy. That's unlike the U.S. Remember last year, at the end of the year, with 9 shutouts in their last 10 games, only 1 goal conceded.
That is one of the concerns. Usually at this point, heading into a World Cup, we talk about lack of final third production. This is uncharted territory.
Sonnet. Still a long way to go in this one. We may have not seen the last of the goals for either side here in the 51st minute. Sauerbrunn. Crystal Dunn. Was given away right at the middle.
And second ball and third ball picked up by Australia.
Ford was looking for that. Drew the foul. There's a nice touch from Kerr to find Ford.
Milicic is starting to understand, I think, the profile of his players and the recognition that Ford and Kerr work so well together. Having her sit underneath Kerr against this system is working well for them in the break.
Australia has scored twice. Sam Kerr has not been involved, at least in terms of the finished product. She's missed on a couple of chances, but her team is up 2-1.
She has never scored against the United States.
Ball driven. Almost handled there. It was off poking one. The U.S. will have a throw in. And Rapinoe will take it. 12 assists for her last year, 7 of them off of Alex Morgan goals. Speaking of Alex, playing it in front, just got wide. Heath made that run up the middle. Morgan was serving there as the playmaker, not the finisher. Lifted in. Rapinoe touching it down, drives it across. Too much on that. Settle there, Sonnet outside of the box, playing it back post. And it's an equalizing goal. Tobin Heath goals in 3 straight games, 2-2.
Well, this game had the feeling that there were more goals in it. It's Sam Mewis who picks up the ball on that far side. And the brilliant service across into Megan Rapinoe. Then she's trying to connect with Tobin Heath, but Tobin Heath doesn't disengage. She recognizes that Sonnet, the right back, is pushed all the way in, and just is patient on the ball that's coming in so she can react. This is the first ball from Ewis. Rapinoe's trying to find her counterpart on the opposite side of Heath, who's actually floated in onto the opposite side. And then drifts in and rifles that one near post. Williams can't make a reaction save. It happens too quick.
Game on again for Tobin Heath. 8th goal in the last 10 games in USA colors. That equalizer came about 6 minutes after Australia scored to go ahead for the first time tonight. Carpenter up the right side. With the game alley being so wide open and so much time left, I don't think it's going to end 2-2.
I think it's just a treat for all of us.
Throw in for Dunn. Dunn getting to it, no foul given, but the ball was given away. Throw in Australia. Carpenter throw in. Kellen Knight. Van Egmond, 10 in the yellow and green of Australia. Off the chest. Van Egmond will receive it here. Davana trying to go wider, and she's still able to get to that ball. And by the end line, driving it in, looked for Ford. It's deflected out. Australia keeping it. Played back by Simon. Gemma Simon. Australia loses it there. Horan tried to get to this ball, couldn't get it. Instead, it's Carpenter. Teammates in Portland in the NWSL. Kennedy. Australia's getting ready to make a change. Emily Gilmick is by the 4th official. On this right sideline. This is Carpenter. Into the box it comes. Laid off. Kellen Knight drives it. It's blocked. Rapinoe, left sideline. Long looping ball towards Morgan. Too much on it. Right to Lydia Williams. Good toss up the middle for Van Egmond. Pressure immediately from Rapinoe. Van Egmond does well. And then the switch. Flag will stay down. But it just got away from Davana.
Davana looks gassed on that far side.
She is coming out. She scored a terrific goal earlier.
Attention for substitution. Australia making its first change. Leading the game number
Going off one of the new rules. She goes off closest to where she is. Doesn't have to come over to the 4th official. Here's what she did tonight.
Well, she had a beautiful goal. And it came from the pass of Caitlin Ford, who's running at that back line, forcing them to retreat, buying Davana some time and space, and lights it up.
Good night for Davana. At age 34, still can fly out there. There's Rapinoe. So each team has made the one change. Gilmick has scored 3 goals for Australia over the last 4 games.
Yeah, and you talk about efficiency. I've seen her game be incredibly efficient in that final third. She's going to drive at Emily Sonnet, try to go 1v1, and she can shoot with her right and left. Her service into the box is fantastic. So she's a potent player that's coming in for Davana.
Move to the right side. Here's Carpenter. 1v1 against Dunn. Carpenter apparently lost her footing. And then a bump on Dunn as she tried to win it back. It's ruled an Australia throw-in. Australia, like the USA, good depth on their squad. Catley normally a starter out. Lagarzo a starter as well, out with injury. Not serious injuries, we're told. Carpenter, long throw in near post, played across. It was a set piece designed that way. Just didn't work the way they wanted it to. Simon. And that ball was out.
Something to keep an eye on, JP. In the last 2 attacks from Australia, there's been a separation from the United States between the front 3 and the midfield 3 and back 4. So there's been a big space in midfield that Australia has been actually able to set play out of, something that didn't happen in that first half.
Caitlin Ford pressuring the ball, almost won it. Fouled as she tried to recover it. Fouling Sonnet. Those 2 are teammates as well with Portland. Sam Kerr was telling us yesterday about all of that. Playing as teammates and as also as opponents of USA players has helped their game. As much as NWSL has helped the USA, has also helped the other countries. That's to be expected.
You could argue Australia the most. What do all the coaches say of the opponents of the U.S. when we meet with them before these matches? The one thing about the U.S. that impresses them is their mentality. Not the only thing, the most prominent thing.
Ball's going to be coming back after that foul. Julie Ertz feeling it. 6th year in the NWSL with Chicago Red Stars. In the last World Cup, also the last Olympics for the U.S. A warrior out there, whether she's playing as a center back, which she did in 2015, or holding midfield as she plays now.
Or in training, just ask her teammates.
Knocked away. U.S. getting to it near the corner flag. The touchback. Played across. One flick. Rapinoe should get to this. She does. Nice move by Rapinoe. Then a shot. What a goal by Rapinoe. 3-2 U.S.
Well, it's another individual moment of brilliance for the United States. This time it's Megan Rapinoe. Her first touch isn't great, but then she just shifts her hips, causes Yala to hesitate, and that opens up the window for her to take that strike. But how about Mewis solving the pressure of 3 players on that far side? No, she doesn't connect with her teammate on that initial ball in, but then Rapinoe goes to work and tucks this one back in across her momentum. She's going across the goal, and she opts to slide it near post. Brilliant finish.
So forget about those low-scoring games between these 2 nations. That's gone. 5 goals in this one, and there's still almost a half hour to go.
What did we say coming in? We thought it was going to be an explosive affair.
Yep. 44th international goal in her 150th appearance for the U.S. Off Dunn. Cut back by Horan. Here's Crystal Dunn. Rapinoe. Ball played across. That's going to go out. Now again, it's game management, right? You talked about being able to close out a game. They're up 3-2. A lot of time left, but how do they manage this?
How do they handle these next 5 minutes first? And then, as you said, JP, close the match out. You have to limit your risk at this point when you're up 3-2. But I don't know if that's in the DNA of this side.
Williams almost gave it away. Ford, that's deflected. Kellen Knight pushing it forward. Australia settling it in their own half. They trail for the 2nd time tonight. Gilnick has help. Ford runs behind her. Ball was tackled away. U.S. recovers. Here they come. Morgan holding up play nicely. Ball clipped ahead by Ertz. Heath waiting for help. It's coming. Good job by Heath to keep it. Morgan. Kristen Press getting ready to come into the game. Headed wide. Lewis with the chance. Kristen Press for Lindsey Horan. So they told us 60 minutes for Horan. It ended up being a few minutes more. How did Horan do in her return?
The impact that I think we all anticipated. Her ability to make those runs, late runs out of midfield were fantastic. And maybe it's something I don't speak to enough, but the way she can go to ground, mix it up, and bring more brawn to the midfield is something that the U.S. lacked in the She Believes. And overall, just her intelligence to dictate play.
Kristen Press made an impact when she was coming off the bench during the She Believes Cup. One of those earlier games, an impact right away. One of her first touches, actually.
And I'll be curious to see, JP, if they actually shift to too low with Lewis and Ertz in the center of midfield and allow Press to be more of a 10 player sitting underneath the front three.
Right now, the reason for the stoppage in play, Rapinoe was down and being tended to by team officials. The U.S. looking towards this as a hydration break and probably a coaching moment as well, where they can gather their thoughts and talk about how they can close this one out. Big goal though by Rapinoe, and what she did with it, from receiving the ball initially to freeing herself up for a shot, then a terrific shot that Williams had no chance at.
And that's just savviness in the final third. Goalkeeper oftentimes thinks you're going to try to bend that far post so you know she's leaning, and then you cut it back across that momentum, across your own momentum. Just difficult to adjust to. Here's a look in the middle of your screen. Rapinoe's trying to make that run in behind, and then she pulls up and grabs for that calf. She's had her fair share of injuries.
We're working on her now. But Mallory Pugh is up, another Colorado native. Presumably, she would just take Rapinoe's spot. And Australia are going to make a change as well. Haley Rasso appears to be the next sub. U.S. looking for Morgan. Knocked out. Throwing here for the U.S. And now we're going to get that substitution. Rapinoe's already out, so here's Mallory Pugh. Hometown fans realize she's from this area and give her the appropriate reception. Australia wants to make a change, but they've not made it yet. Off that throw-in. Sana. Morgan. Inside the box, laid off again. An opportunity there. There's the goal. Her first touch. Mallory Pugh. Welcome home. Rasso coming into the game, Kellen Knight exiting. It's gone south now for Australia. After they were looking good when they got that go-ahead goal, they've conceded the next two. Mallory Pugh, in her first minute, her first touch really, scores to open up the game even more.
I don't think the crowd had stopped cheering for her when she came on, and that just continued right on into the celebration.
So first time we've seen a two-goal lead tonight for either side. US back of the ball. Here's Dunn. Sauerbrunn.
Entering the game, number 16, Haley Rasso.
Morgan just got clipped, and she pulls up and is down. Ball is coming wide, right side for Kerr. As play continues, Morgan still down. The box, wrong side. It's going to go out. But now, the injury.
Well, first it's Rapinoe, and now it's Alex Morgan who goes to ground. It's a swipe there by Van Egmond as Alex Morgan tries to cut that ball back.
Being 10-2, we've seen a few U.S. players in this position tonight. Horan, Rapinoe, now Alex Morgan. His 100th international goal got the scoring started tonight. Mallory Pugh has that last goal that came in the 67th minute. She just got onto the field.
Yeah, but there's brilliant play here by Alex Morgan. She's looking for a shot. She's trying to get a window of space. It's good defending that holds it up, and then a cheeky little backheel pass into Sonnet, who then lays it off. She dragged the defender centrally, and Mallory Pugh sees that space, lurches into it, and then there's a little work to be done. She's got to rifle this ball back across Williams. How about Emily Sonnet becoming a playmaker in the final third? We talk about a right back needing to make a defensive presence. Well, she assisted on the last goal, and she assisted on Tobin Heath's goal.
14th international goal for Mallory Pugh, who won't turn 21 until late April. Plays for the Washington Spirit. Morgan only on the sideline for a few seconds. Wants to get back on with the referee's permission, and now gets it. Kennedy dropping it back for Simon. Kennedy, a teammate of Alex Morgan's with Orlando.
This is a good look at the shape that the U.S. is taking up right now. It's a 4-1-4-1 system. Often used when the U.S. just wants to slow things down, preserve, in this case, their lead, but also their legs.
For Lasso too long as Nair backs it up. Let's go downstairs. Danielle Slayton, what are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Well, Allie, you've got it exactly right. Jill Ellis just told me that they shifted into a 4-1-4-1, looking to see the game out from that formation, but also said it's important for them to continue to press, particularly when Australia is taking goal kicks, as that's when they've been vulnerable. She also said we may see a few more faces, players they're looking to evaluate ahead of France.
Get them in quick.
It's a fun game to come into as a player, I would think. When it's this wide open, it's going to be a goal kick coming up from there. Sonnet with one big assist on the goal by Mallory Pugh. In a position we don't see Sonnet in. She's inside the opponent's 18.
She's been positive with that attacking movement. You'd almost wonder if an Allie Krieger is going to get some time tonight.
Allie Krieger, Allie Long were two recent call-ups to this team. From what we were told yesterday, and it's not a final decision, but 2 more games, and then the U.S. hopes to announce their 23-player roster before the send-off series. So we're talking maybe May 12th.
And as a player, you like to have that comfort to know that you're in the squad. It relaxes everyone just enough.
You'll still make a change up to 24 hours before your first game. It's in case of an injury, obviously. But you'd like to settle the squad and know that they've got a couple of games, 2 or 3 games left, where they know that this is the team. Tobin Heath over the ball. The 28th international goal earlier tonight. Goes in 3 straight games for Heath. Played it short. Done. End line. The cross. It falls. Press. Shot. Save Williams. That looked like the 5th goal for the U.S. Mallory Pugh bringing it back. Coming all the way back. It's a nice ball from Dahl-Kemper to Sonnet. Australia winning that ball, but giving it right back. Dunn, Heath. Heath going back to Sauerbrunn. Press. Coming back. Look where Heath is popping up now. And now it's Ertz clipping it ahead. Mallory Pugh on this left side, bringing it down. 1v1 at the moment, sending it across. That's going to be deflected over Williams. Corner kick. US dominated in the corners, 7-1 in the opening half. It's 9-1 now. Heath is ready. 4-2 USA lead over Australia. Sonnet with 2 assists on the night. Sends one up, looking for a third. Deflected to the near side. Too far, Rasso will get it. It's going to be a USA. Oh no, going to wait for the sub. Here's the player we were looking for. Mary Fowler. She's only 16 years of age. She'll replace Caitlin Ford, but everyone on Australia's side, Ali, from coach to teammates, very high on this young player.
Yeah, and she was someone that had actually opted to go with the Irish national team, and now she switched back to Australia. Never made that full switch to Ireland. And a young, exciting talent. Someone they say that has great instincts. Obviously athletic, good with both feet. They talk about her power pace.
They describe her as big and powerful, especially for someone that's only 16. We saw her make her debut against Brazil last year, and she was only 15. Fowler playing it up for Kerr. Good experience for Fowler to be playing in a game like this. They told us yesterday 100% chance that she was going to play. I thought maybe she'd get a few more minutes, but this seems right to bring her in now.
And Milicic had talked about wanting to see if there were certain players that can or cannot play in this environment. You've got to wonder if she's one of them that he's considering taking to the World Cup.
The Kerr pass. He wanted Fowler. She wanted it. Mewis. Second half sub for Rose Lavelle. There's Kennedy for Australia. 4-2 USA over Australia. Late stages here. Commerce City, Colorado, Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Sellout crowd announced. On that right side, got away. Still going to be a throw-in for Australia. Been a memorable night. Alex Morgan with her 100th international goal got it all started. Australia actually ended up with a lead early in the second half, but since then the U.S. has scored the next 3 goals. The Fowler pass ahead. Haley Rasso. Dunn stays with her. Rasso trying to bounce off. Dunn still stayed with her. It's a goal kick. Good defending.
Rasso's not happy with it. She's pleading with the sideline ref.
Goal kick coming up for Alyssa Nair. We're hearing that Tierna Davidson will be the next USA sub. Let's see where she plays when she comes in. Sonnet with it. Laid off. That's going to be blocked. Out for a throw-in. '78th minute, 4-2. U.S. over Australia. U.S. will take on Belgium Sunday in Los Angeles. And then we'll see them play South Africa here on Fox May 12th. So who is Davidson coming in for? It is Sonnet. Normally Davidson doesn't play as a right back, so let's see what they do. Good night, though, for Sana.
Yeah, I think so. We talk about who can shore up that position if Kelly O'Hara is not available. Well, Emily Sana made a decent case for herself offensively. I think defensively, still a lot of questions. The positioning on that opening goal for Australia was more than suspect. But sometimes it's the communication that can help a player get to that next level and give her the confidence to go and close.
79th minute. 4-2 U.S. into the box. Lewis and then Dump. Now Heath went down. Cleared back the other way. Davidson knotting it down. Van Egmond looking for Kerr. Sam Kerr bouncing away. From the far side, here is Australia looking to get themselves back into the game. One goal could do it. Lifted up by Simon. Too close to nail. 80th minute. US 4, Australia 2. 3 unanswered goals. Heath, Rapinoe, and Pugh in that order. Coming all the way back. Williams, short for Kennedy. Van Egmond. Wide for Rasso. Strong run from Carpenter to the end line. Almost lost it. Kept it in. Defended by Davidson. Rasso curling one out for Kerr. Header, go! Australia's back with Kerr's first against the U.S. Four, 3. Well, she was overdue.
And she's been quiet in this second half. Very few touches for Sam Kerr, but you give her a window and she's going to feast on it.
The 31st international goal.
It's good work here on this near side by Carpenter, just to hold up the ball, drag that second defender, Kristen Press. That gives the time and space for Rasso to line that ball up, and Kerr sitting between the right center back, and the right back and done. And then just attacks it at the right moment. No celebration. She knows her team's not up.
Alex Morgan came out. Ali Long, who does not play a similar position, has come in. So let's see. Imagine Press would go on top. But where does Long fit in this defensive scheme? 82nd minute. U.S. is trying to close this one out. They had a 4-2 lead. They just conceded a third goal. That was Fowler playing it across. They gave up 3 goals in the first game this year to France, losing 3-1. Now Pugh, long run, too far for her. The 82nd minute. Big players come up big in games like this. Sam Kerr has done that. Could have had a couple of goals in the first half. Didn't deter her. She knew she was frustrated with her misses. But she gets a big one right now.
It is a big one because she's never scored against the U.S. and you're going to have that mental advantage going into a World Cup knowing that you had put one in the back of the net. JP, it's 4-3. These are two teams that people have pegged to win the World Cup. Defense is a big issue for both of them.
Tobin Heath will take this corner. Short for Dunn. Into the box, the header. White at Williams. Williams with the toss for Van Egmond. Can the U.S. close this one out? 83rd minute, up by a goal, 4-3. A game that was pretty much wide open right from the start. Carter Lloyd is getting up. Looks like she'll be the next sub for the U.S. Throw it here for Dunn. Up for press. Pushed back by Pugh. Turn to Davidson. The legs get tangled. That's going to be a foul. Poking Horn and Mewis. The card is out. Second booking of the night.
And she's saying, for what? It looked like they just got tangled up.
I think that's all it was. Foul, yes.
Credit Mewis there. Just the inside-out run, and it's a little nudged. Wouldn't Carter, though.
Big free kick here. About 22 yards away. 3 in the wall. It's pushed back by 10 yards. Tobin Heath ready. Puts one up. Second ball. That was Pugh. Got a head to it. Now it's cleared away. Down by Sauerbrunn. Looks like Dunn is now pretty much the right back, with Davidson over on this left side. Long fitting in the midfield. Long up. It's going to be blocked out for a U.S. corner. All right, here's the change. The defender, center back, Dahlkemper's coming out for a target player in Carly Lloyd. So someone's moving their position.
Well, I'm not going to pretend to know the answer until I see it with that substitution, because usually you don't make that if you're trying to hold out a game. But my guess would be Ert slides into the back line.
Lloyd getting a nice ovation as she comes on. Carly with 105 international goals. Heath taking her time with this. Curling in swinger. Lloyd was going up for it. It bounces free and out. Throwing for the U.S. Lloyd is wearing that captain's armband now. Tuna Davidson will be entering her rookie season in the NWSL as a #1 pick. Her team now, Chicago Red Stars. Ertz dropping back to a position where she played very well in the 2015 Women's World Cup. Australia have a player down as Kerr played it back. And the foul. They're going to bring it back. I think for the injury. That player's up now. Press pleading her case. 87th minute, 4-3, U.S. over Australia. We expected goals. To be honest, we didn't expect 7.
We did not.
Upcoming schedule. Belgium on Sunday. We'll have that game for you on Fox. May 12th versus South Africa. Then New Zealand and Mexico. Mexico will be the final game of that send-off series from Red Bull Arena. Long ball from Australia. Allowed to bounce. Gilman. Carpenter. Plays it across. Off one flick. Settle there. Oh, off the face. And play has been stopped. In the 88th minute. It's Tamika Yala that took that one square in the face, it looked like. It's her first game playing with the name of Yala, recently married. Used to be known as Tamika Butt, scored a big goal to beat the U.S. in 2017 in Seattle. The last time that the U.S. lost on home soil.
Here's a look at it. Tamika Butt's trying to line that shot up. Studs out by Lloyd there. It's the deflection that catches Tamika Yallop, excuse me.
The club team is from Norway. A veteran of this team. Has been involved in a couple of World Cups. Assuming she's on the roster, this will be her third in France. Katrina Goy, who missed the Australian Cup of Nations with an injury, is ready to make her return. So Yallop's night is over. Goy will come in.
I think Yallop was actually one of the players that suffered in the system that Milicic opt to employ tonight. Usually she's really good in the center of the park with those late runs out of midfield and difficult for the opposition to track. She was isolated on the far side more often than not.
So Goy is going to come in. If you're wondering, this is one of the new rules that will be implemented. They're using it now, where when you're subbed out, you don't have to go to the fourth official. You go out the closest you are to the sideline. Nair will put it back into play. Going along towards press. Played by Kennedy. Lloyd. For Dunn. Ertz. That's off Kennedy. 90th minute. A 4-3 game. A thriller from Colorado. Big collision there. Let's see what the referee's going to do. Yellow card's out.
And the U.S. had slid Allie Long into the back line. Looks like they're in a 5-back system at this point in the match. She's the one who laid that challenge in on Sam Kerr. It's her and Mewis collapsing on Kerr.
Mewis almost took Long out too. Sam Kerr's goal has brought Australia back within one.
The fourth official on the sideline has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes.
5 minutes in stoppage time.
Another opportunity for the U.S. to work on their game management.
Could be a long 5. Played just outside the box. U.S. winning it. Hugh for press. Pushed back by Lloyd. Dunn. It's taken away by Simon. Australia can't give the ball away like that. Not at this stage. They're trying to climb back into this. Kennedy. It's deflected. Not close enough to Kerr.
Nor should the U.S. They don't need to go forward.
Sauerbrunn clearance. That's coming back the other way on Mewis. Then Lloyd ruled the handball.
If you're going to play that ball forward, get it over that back line. Don't make it then in turn a 50-50 ball that you're going to have to fight for coming the other direction.
Rasso setting it up. U.S. won the first ball and the second. They needed the third. It's moved out. Right between the benches, it will go out of play. Milicic wants to get that one back quickly. Van Egmond. Carpenter. She's had a pretty good night. Rasso. Carpenter overruns it. Blocked out. USA's ball. Third minute of stoppage time. Minimum of 5 put on the board. Rasso recently back from a serious injury. 3 vertebrae were broken. There were some fears that she wouldn't even be able to walk again, much less play, and scored a goal for Australia about 6 months after she came back. Carpenter. Another throw in. Carpenter. We saw that long throw that she had earlier in the game. home with a couple of players in that 18-yard area for Australia. There's a long throw towards the middle. Didn't get far enough, but Carpenter will have another go at it, this time off the right foot. Puts one in. It's deflected out. Van Egmond shanked it. Will this ball stay in play? It does, with a good effort from Goring. All the way back. Poking horn to Carpenter. Rasso. Fowler playing it back. It's deflected. Cleared out. Rasso tags this one. It's up there. Nair grabs it.
Nair's done well coming off her line tonight.
Carpenter. Into the middle for Van Egmond. About a minute or so left. Rasso's after it. Nair off the line. Just kill some more time. Rasso just got a verbal warning. Karen Apt. As Nair clears that one. That's a kick at altitude. Here's Pugh with a chip. Mallory Pugh's got her second. Game over now. That is one heck of a chip.
And one heck of a service from Alyssa Nair. Look how far that goes. Assist to a goalkeeper. And deft touch by Mallory Pugh for her second of the night. Williams well off her line, makes it an easy finish for Mallory Pugh. But I can't get over the goalkeeper assist. You gotta love it. 8 goals, JP.
That's right, that's right. Terrific night, as it turns out, for the U.S. They gave up 3, but they scored 5, including one by Alex Morgan. Mallory Pugh had 2 goals on the night. Terrific night for her as she returned home to Colorado. Also, Alex Morgan with her 100th international goal. Plenty more to come your way from Colorado, so come back with us here on Fox.